You know that feeling when you wake up, maybe a little stiff, maybe feeling a bit sluggish, and you think, okay, time for breakfast, the most important meal of the day, right? So you grab something, maybe the same thing you've had for years, hoping it will give you the energy you need to face the day. But then, maybe an hour or two later, you're feeling tired again, or your stomach feels off, or you just don't have that pep in your step you were hoping for. It's a frustrating reality for so many people as they get older. This feeling that despite trying to do the right thing, breakfast just isn't setting you up for success. What if some of the very things you're choosing, perhaps out of habit or convenience, are actually working against your body's needs at this stage of life? There are some surprising truths about common breakfast mistakes that could be impacting your energy, your digestion, even your long-term health. In this video, we're going to uncover the 6 worst breakfast mistakes people over 60 often make. And more importantly, we'll look at simple, delicious things you can eat instead that can truly make a difference. You might be surprised by some of these. Watch to the end for something that will really open your eyes. So, let's dive right in and look at the first common pitfall. One that many people fall into without even realizing how much it's affecting them: simply skipping breakfast altogether. You might think, oh, I'm not that hungry first thing. Or, I'm trying to save calories. Or maybe, I just don't have the time. But for bodies over 60, skipping that morning meal can have a much bigger impact than you might think. When you skip breakfast, especially after a long night of fasting, your body is essentially running on empty. It needs fuel to get going, to wake up your metabolism, and to provide steady energy for your brain and muscles. Skipping it can lead to a dip in blood sugar levels, which can leave you feeling weak, dizzy, and definitely lacking in energy. Think about it. You're asking your body to perform tasks, whether it's getting dressed, doing chores, or going for a walk, without giving it the essential building blocks it needs. Beyond just feeling tired, consistently skipping breakfast can disrupt your body's natural rhythms. It can make it harder to control your appetite later in the day, often leading to overeating or making less healthy choices at lunch and dinner because you're so ravenous. Your metabolism, which already tends to slow down a bit with age, can become even more sluggish as your body tries to conserve energy because it doesn't know when its next meal is coming. This isn't just about feeling hungry. It's about supporting your overall health and vitality. Skipping breakfast means missing out on a crucial opportunity to get in important nutrients that your body needs to function optimally. Vitamins, minerals, fiber. These are all things you can load up on at breakfast, setting a positive tone for your nutritional intake for the entire day. So, what should you do instead of skipping? The key is to find something simple, easy to prepare, and appealing that you will eat. It doesn't have to be a huge, complicated meal. Even something small is better than nothing. A piece of fruit and a handful of nuts, a small container of yogurt, or a piece of whole wheat toast with a little avocado can be enough to break the fast, stabilize your blood sugar, and give your body a gentle wake-up call. The goal is consistency. Aim for something within an hour or two of waking up, even if it's just a little something. This sends a signal to your body that fuel is available, and it can start its day properly. Now, let's move on to another common breakfast mistake. One that often masquerades as a quick and easy solution, relying heavily on sugary cereals or pastries. You know the ones, bright boxes of cereal promising vitamins often fortified to make up for what's missing. Or that seemingly innocent muffin, donut, or pastry from the bakery or grocery store. They're convenient. They often taste good because they're loaded with sugar and refined carbohydrates, and they can feel comforting, perhaps reminding you of simpler times. But the truth is, these options are nutritional calories in disguise. They cause a rapid spike in your blood sugar. You might feel a quick burst of energy as your body tries to process all that sugar, but then comes the inevitable crash. This leaves you feeling even more tired and hungry than before, often craving more sugar to try and get that energy boost back. Starting a vicious cycle. Beyond the energy roller coaster. These sugary and refined options offer very little in the way of sustained nourishment. They are typically low in protein and fiber, two absolutely critical components for a healthy breakfast, especially as we age. Protein helps build and maintain muscle mass, which is vital for strength, mobility, and metabolism. Fiber helps keep your digestive system running smoothly, helps you feel full and satisfied, and plays a role in managing blood sugar and cholesterol. When your breakfast is just sugar and processed grains, you're missing out on these essential benefits. Think about the impact of that sugar spike and crash day after day, over time. This pattern can contribute to insulin resistance, making it harder for your body to manage blood sugar effectively, which is a significant concern for developing type 2 diabetes. It can also contribute to inflammation in the body and make it harder to manage your weight. It's like trying to build a sturdy house with flimsy materials. It might look okay on the outside for a bit, but it lacks a strong foundation and won't stand up well over time. So, what's a better alternative to those sugary cereals and pastries? Focus on options that are rich in whole grains, protein, and healthy fats. Instead of sugary cereal, try plain oatmeal, not the instant kind with added sugar, cooked with water or milk, and add some berries for natural sweetness and antioxidants. Maybe a sprinkle of nuts or seeds for protein and healthy fats. If you like toast, choose whole wheat or whole grain bread and pair it with something like eggs, avocado, or even natural peanut butter. Check the label for no added sugar. Greek yogurt. The plain kind is another fantastic option. It's packed with protein. You can add fruit, a little drizzle of honey if you need sweetness, and some granola again. Check the sugar content on granola. Some are very high or a sprinkle of nuts. The key is to combine different elements. A complex carbohydrate for sustained energy, protein for muscle and satiety, and healthy fats for absorption and satisfaction. This balanced approach keeps your blood sugar stable, keeps you feeling full and energized for much longer, and provides your body with the nutrients it actually needs. It might take a little adjustment if you're used to very sweet breakfasts, but your body will thank you for it. You'll notice a difference in your energy levels and how you feel throughout the morning. It's about making choices that truly nourish you, not just provide a temporary sugar rush. Moving on from the pitfalls of skipping breakfast and sugary options, let's talk about something absolutely crucial that is often missing from the morning meal. Especially as we get older, sufficient protein. Now, you might think of protein mostly in terms of building big muscles, but its role is so much more fundamental, particularly for bodies past 60. Protein is the building block for literally everything in your body, not just muscles, but bones, skin, hair, enzymes, hormones, and antibodies that help fight off illness. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at using protein to build and repair tissues, which means we actually need more protein than we did when we were younger, not less. Why is this so important at breakfast? Because getting a good dose of protein first thing in the morning helps kickstart muscle protein synthesis, the process by which your body builds and repairs muscle. This is absolutely vital for combating age-related muscle loss, known as sarcopenia, which can impact strength, mobility, balance, and overall independence. Starting your day with protein gives your body the materials it needs right when it's receptive, beyond muscle. Protein at breakfast also plays a huge role in managing your appetite and keeping you feeling full and satisfied. Protein is digested more slowly than carbohydrates, which helps stabilize blood sugar levels and prevents those mid-morning hunger pangs that can lead to unhealthy snacking. When you have enough protein, you're less likely to experience energy crashes, and you'll find it easier to manage your weight because you're not constantly fighting cravings. So, the mistake here isn't just low protein, it's often having a breakfast that is almost entirely carbohydrates, especially refined ones. Think toast with jam, a bowl of sugary cereal, a plain bagel. These are very low in protein. Your body processes them quickly. You get that sugar spike, and then you're hungry again soon after. What should you aim for? Try to include a significant source of protein in your breakfast every single day. How much? Aim for at least 20 to 30 grams at breakfast if you can. This might sound like a lot, but it's achievable with the right foods. What are some great protein options for breakfast? Eggs are fantastic. They are a complete protein source and very versatile. 2 large eggs provide about 13 grams of protein. Pair them with some whole wheat toast and maybe a side of vegetables, and you're well on your way. Greek yogurt, as I mentioned before, is another powerhouse. A single cup of plain Greek yogurt can pack 20 grams or more of protein. You can enjoy it with berries, a sprinkle of nuts or seeds, or a little unsweetened granola. Cottage cheese is also excellent, often providing even more protein than Greek yogurt, and you can enjoy it with fruit. If you prefer a savory breakfast, lean meats like turkey or chicken breast leftovers from dinner can be incorporated. Or consider incorporating beans into a breakfast burrito with whole wheat tortillas and some salsa. Even things like adding protein powder to a smoothie made with fruit, leafy greens, and milk or yogurt can be a convenient way to boost your intake. Just be mindful of added sugars in protein powders. Adding nuts and seeds like almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds to your yogurt, oatmeal, or as a side can also contribute protein, along with healthy fats and fiber. It's about being mindful and deliberately including a protein source rather than relying on purely carb-based options. Making this simple shift can have a profound impact on your energy levels, your muscle health, and how satisfied you feel throughout the morning. Now that we've stressed the importance of protein and avoiding sugary traps, let's talk about another often neglected hero of breakfast: fiber. Just like protein, fiber is absolutely essential for good health, especially as we age, and many common breakfast choices are surprisingly low in it. Fiber is the part of plant foods that your body can't digest. It passes through your system relatively intact, and in doing so, it performs several vital functions. One of the most well-known benefits of fiber is its role in digestive health. It adds bulk to your stool, helping everything move through your digestive tract smoothly and preventing constipation, which is a common issue for many seniors. But its benefits go far beyond regularity. Fiber acts like a sponge in your digestive system, helping to slow down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. This helps prevent those sharp spikes and crashes in blood sugar that we talked about, contributing to more stable energy levels and better blood sugar control over time, which is crucial for preventing or managing conditions like type 2 diabetes. Fiber also plays a significant role in heart health. Certain types of fiber, like soluble fiber found in oats and beans, can help lower cholesterol levels. And overall, a diet rich in fiber is associated with a lower risk of heart disease. Plus, because fiber adds bulk and helps slow digestion, it contributes to feelings of fullness and satisfaction, which can help with weight management by reducing overall calorie intake. So, where do people go wrong at breakfast when it comes to fiber again? Many common choices are low in it: white bread, pastries, many breakfast cereals, especially the refined, sugary ones, and fruit juice, which strips away the fiber from the whole fruit, are all culprits. A breakfast of white toast with butter and jam, or a glass of orange juice and a muffin, provides very little fiber. What are some fantastic sources of fiber to include in your morning meal? Whole grains are a prime example. Choose whole wheat bread. Whole grain cereals look for whole grain as the first ingredient, or best of all, old-fashioned rolled oats or steel-cut oats. A bowl of oatmeal is a fiber powerhouse. Fruits, especially eaten whole with the skin if edible, are packed with fiber. Berries, apples, pears, bananas, they are all great choices. Adding a handful of berries to your yogurt or oatmeal significantly boosts the fiber content. Vegetables might not be a traditional breakfast food for everyone, but they can be. Adding spinach, peppers, or onions to scrambled eggs, or a breakfast burrito adds fiber and other nutrients. Legumes, like beans, might seem unusual for breakfast, but in many cultures, they are a staple. A side of black beans with a savory breakfast can provide a hefty dose of fiber and protein. And don't forget seeds and nuts. Chia seeds, flax seeds, and almonds are particularly high in fiber. You can sprinkle them on yogurt, oatmeal, or blend them into a smoothie. The key is to consciously add these fiber-rich foods to your plate. Don't just rely on a single source. Aim for a combination. A breakfast that includes whole grain toast, scrambled eggs with some spinach, and a side of berries is a great example of balancing protein and fiber. Or plain yogurt with oats, chia seeds, and fruit. Making fiber a priority at breakfast will not only keep your digestive system happy, but will also help regulate your energy levels, support your heart health, and help you feel satisfied and full for longer. It's a simple change with profound benefits. Now, continuing our exploration of common breakfast mistakes, let's address one that often involves processed meats. We're talking about those tempting strips of bacon, breakfast sausages, and sometimes even ham that are staples on many breakfast plates. They're savory, they're flavorful, and they can feel like a satisfying part of a traditional morning meal. However, consuming processed meats regularly for breakfast is a mistake that can have significant health implications. Especially as we age, processed meats are typically high in unhealthy saturated fats and sodium. While some fat is necessary in our diet, excessive amounts of saturated fat can contribute to higher cholesterol levels, increasing the risk of heart disease, which is already a leading health concern for seniors. The high sodium content is also problematic, as it can contribute to high blood pressure, another major risk factor for heart problems and stroke. Beyond the fat and sodium, processed meats often contain nitrates and nitrites, which are used as preservatives. While the science is complex, studies have linked regular consumption of processed meats to an increased risk of certain types of cancer, particularly colorectal cancer. This is a concern that warrants paying attention to what we put on our plates regularly. Furthermore, many processed meats are relatively low in the beneficial nutrients we've been discussing, like fiber and a balanced array of vitamins and minerals. While they do contain protein, it comes packaged with these less desirable components. Relying on these for your protein source means you're missing an opportunity to choose leaner, more nutrient-dense protein options. So, what's the alternative if you enjoy a savory breakfast? It doesn't mean you have to give up savory foods entirely, but it does mean being more mindful about your protein choices. Instead of processed sausages or bacon, opt for leaner, unprocessed sources of protein. Eggs are, as we've discussed, an excellent choice, versatile, complete protein, and no added nitrates or excessive sodium unless you add a lot of salt during cooking. Of course, if you like meat, consider lean turkey breast or chicken breast leftovers work well diced up and added to scrambled eggs or alongside some roasted vegetables. Even things like smoked salmon, in moderation due to sodium, can be a good source of omega-3 fatty acids along with protein. For a plant-based, savory option, think about incorporating beans or lentils into your breakfast. A small bowl of seasoned black beans or lentil dal could be a hearty and healthy addition. Tofu can also be scrambled and seasoned to mimic scrambled eggs, offering a good protein source without the saturated fat and nitrates of processed meats. The key is to shift away from making processed meats a daily or even frequent part of your breakfast routine. Save them for occasional treats rather than staples. Prioritize whole, unprocessed protein sources that provide clean energy and essential nutrients without the added baggage of excessive unhealthy fats, sodium, and preservatives. Making this change is a proactive step towards supporting your heart health and overall well-being. Finally, let's address a very common and often overlooked breakfast mistake: what you're drinking with your meal. It's easy to focus on the food on the plate, but your beverage choice can have a significant impact on your health. especially if that choice is sugary juices or sweetened coffee drinks. A glass of fruit juice might seem healthy. After all, it comes from fruit. But when fruit is juiced, the natural sugars become concentrated, and crucially, the beneficial fiber is removed. This means you're essentially drinking a dose of sugar water, which causes that rapid blood sugar spike without the buffer of fiber to slow things down. You get the calories and the sugar hit without the satiety and digestive benefits that come from eating the whole fruit. A single glass of orange juice can contain as much sugar as a can of soda, and you can consume it in seconds, whereas eating a whole orange takes longer and fills you up more due to the fiber. Similarly, those fancy coffee drinks loaded with syrups, whipped cream, and flavorings are basically liquid desserts. They can contain alarming amounts of added sugar and unhealthy fats, completely undermining the idea of a healthy breakfast. Even adding a few teaspoons of sugar to your tea or coffee every morning adds up over time, contributing to overall sugar intake which, as we know, can lead to energy crashes, weight gain, inflammation, and increased risk of conditions like type 2 diabetes and heart disease. So, what should you be drinking instead? The absolute best choice is plain water. Staying properly hydrated is crucial for overall health, digestion, energy levels, and cognitive function. Making water your primary beverage, even at breakfast, is a simple but powerful habit. If you prefer something with flavor, unsweetened tea, hot or iced or black coffee are good options. They provide a little boost without added sugar. If you need sweetener, try adding a tiny amount of natural sweetener or simply enjoy the pure taste. If you use milk in your coffee or tea, choose plain milk, dairy, or unsweetened plant-based rather than flavored creamers which are often full of sugar and additives. If you enjoy fruit, make it a habit to eat the whole fruit instead of drinking the juice. You get the fiber, the vitamins, and a more controlled release of sugar. If you occasionally want juice, make it a small amount and treat it more like a treat than a health drink. Or better yet, blend whole fruit into a smoothie with some yogurt or milk and maybe some spinach for a drink that retains the fiber. Remember, hydration is key throughout the day, not just at breakfast, but starting your morning by avoiding sugary drinks and opting for water, unsweetened tea, or black coffee is a fantastic way to cut down on empty calories and prevent those early morning sugar roller coasters. It's about being mindful of every part of your meal, including what's in your cup. Thinking back on what we've discussed, from the importance of actually eating breakfast, to ditching the sugary cereals and pastries, ensuring you get enough protein and fiber, steering clear of processed meats, and being smart about your beverages. It might seem like a lot to take in, but the wonderful news is, these aren't complicated, drastic changes. They are simple, intentional shifts in how you approach that first meal of the day. It's about choosing real, nourishing foods that work with your body as you get older, supporting your energy, your digestion, your muscle strength, and your overall vitality. Swapping sugary cereal for oatmeal with berries and nuts, choosing eggs over bacon, reaching for whole grain toast instead of white, and sipping water instead of juice. These small adjustments add up to a significant difference over time. They help keep your blood sugar steady, preventing those crashes that leave you feeling drained. They provide the protein your muscles need to stay strong and functional. They give you the fiber your digestive system loves, keeping things comfortable and regular, and they ensure you're starting your day with genuine fuel, not just empty calories. It's easy to fall into routines, especially with something as regular as breakfast. But taking a moment to consider if your morning habits are truly serving your health goals is incredibly valuable. It's not about being perfect all the time, but about making more informed choices most of the time. Every healthy breakfast is an investment in your energy, your well-being, and your ability to enjoy life to the fullest. You deserve to feel your best, to have the energy to do the things you love, and to support your body in staying strong and healthy, and often. That starts with a simple, mindful choice at the breakfast table. Think about how much better your mornings could feel with steady energy, comfortable digestion, and feeling truly nourished. It's absolutely within reach. Start with one small change this week. Maybe it's swapping your sugary cereal for oatmeal, or adding an egg to your toast. See how it makes you feel. Pay attention to your energy levels and your digestion. You might be pleasantly surprised by the difference. I'd love to hear about your own experiences with breakfast. What's your go-to healthy breakfast? Or what's one change you're thinking of making? Share your thoughts and tips in the comments below. Your ideas could help someone else on their journey to better health. If you found this video helpful and empowering, please give it a like. That tells me I'm providing valuable content. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on more tips and information designed to help you live your best life at every age. Remember, it's never too late to make positive changes that benefit your health and happiness. Choose breakfast wisely, nourish your body, and live your best life at every age.